Let me first start off by just having a basic introduction of what 5G is and the evolution thereof. So in the mobile networks, there's the evolution of the different technologies. It started off with the 2G, which is a second generation of mobile networks. And the second generation was limited to voice calls only. So with the evolution after the 2G, the 3G was introduced. And the 3G came with the capability of voice and data. But however, with the data, it was limitation. You could only have an experience that allowed you for up to 2 megabits. So going further to that, what followed after the 3G was then the 4G that we also refer to as the LTE. And the LTE had a better experience with data, meaning that you can have an experience of up to 40 megabits per second Mbps data experience, meaning that your experience with videos and all this was much better than the 3G that you had. So currently where we are at the step and at the forefront where the evolution of 2G took place already more than 5 years ago, and we are talking about 5G. Now, the step up from 4G to 5G is more around data, but with a bigger throughput. In the past, where we all know that we are at times challenged, and our experience with watching certain videos or movies is inhibited by the fact that 2G does not have 4G. 4G it does not have that capability, and this is where 5G comes in, because with 5G you can go up to 1.5 gigabytes. Let me give an experience where the bandwidth that you're using, say for instance the Wi-Fi provisioned at your home, is a shared commodity. And with that shared commodity, depending on the need in your environment, that's what actually determines on the value that you can derive from 5G. You will find that there's somebody that needs to work on the laptop, like reading your emails. The children are busy watching Netflix. You are busy having a Teams meeting. And at the same time, the experience will be impacted, because that's only the limitation and the best that 4G can offer you. So with where we are now, if you look at us 5 years ago, especially after COVID, Teams meeting was not really a thing that was very prominent. But now it's something that you actually do experience the quality of service that you are referring in terms of the voice, in terms of the video. You'll find an experience where many people have a meeting and they will choose to, or they will advise to say that switch your camera off, because we need to preserve the video so that it can be used more for data. Now with 5G, these are the things that will say that it's something of the past, because you have the capacity and the capability to be able to use that. And that is a person on the street. If you think of just having a movie, many people watching a movie on Netflix, it's always buffering for one reason or another reason. So this is what we are experiencing. So what we have noticed is the presence of 5G enabled devices in our network. And you can actually also derive that these are the mobile networks and the others are IoT devices that we have in our environment. So this actually shows that the need, the hunger for consuming 5G is there in the market, but we were not ready, because the technology was not enabled yet. So many people have the devices, but yet they are not experiencing what the technology can offer them because of the limitation that we don't have. You will go to a shop like Nictus and you'll find a smart fridge, meaning that this fridge you'll be able to have some functionalities where you can communicate directly, say for instance to a supermarket, or it can communicate to you to inform you about it gauges to inform you about the level of some of the consumables in the fridge, because it's a smart environment that we're moving into. But unfortunately, the technology was not there and the network was not there for us to use all this. Many users have smart devices, home devices. We have an indication that these are some of the home smart devices that will accept the phones. but the home devices in all this market is not there. So the excitement is there that many of the people that have been asking and experiencing this and buying some of these commodities outside the country and bringing them in Namibia, but yet we cannot enforce this. It's actually an excitement for them that they will be able to realize the benefit from all the equipment that they have. So where we are now, we are planning on deploying around about 100, more than 100 sites in the next financial year. And what we are looking at is to save the presence, the dominant presence of these devices. This is what we actually want to cater from. So we're looking at Bundu here in Oshakati, in Ongwediva. We are also looking at Swakopmund and Walfish Bay. But this we are informed by the presence of these devices to make the decision where we will actually do. So you can see that the need is not only from the users having mobile devices to consume any bandwidth or data, but you have independent devices like your fridge, like your television, like your curtains, like your CCTV. They all are becoming part of the whole ecosystem of independently needing this. And this is the area where we are going into. 5G is one of the few technologies, or the only technologies that can actually enable the use of artificial intelligence in the different sectors, because you need to have sufficient data to be able to experience it. And this is where we are. It's exciting. We will be coming up with very exciting packages, especially for home-based and for mobile, to be able to experience and consume what these technology.